Hi, I'm Kristin Clark, and I'm here with Cara Nance, and we are getting ready to start another installment of Energizing Your Career Through Strengths. Hey, Cara.
Hey, Kristen, how you doing?
It's all good, man. It's
Got
all
the heat
good.
turned on. We're ready.
We are ready.
Oh, awesome, awesome. I'm so excited to talk about Futuristic today. It's definitely a stretch for me. I've enjoyed the ride so far, so I'm really excited to see what comes of our conversation.
Yeah, and I can tap into Futuristic because it's number 14 for me, but it's still getting into that messy middle, where it's not necessarily as strong. Um, it's so funny when I talk to clients about their futuristic. I always ask them, how far into the future do you see and what does that look like to you? And it's so funny when they come back and they're like 5 years, 10 years, 30 years. And I'm like, okay, realize what a amazing talent this is. I'm like, where I play? Like a little bit of yesterday and maybe 2 days from now. That's like my happy place. And that's where I spend all my energy. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, can I see like getting excited about maybe my kids having kids and that kind of stuff? Yes, I can see that, but I don't stay there long.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very similar to you. I always think of Ram Dass, be here now. And that's not too much of a stretch for me. I'm like, here, yep, that's pretty much
Mhm.
it. For better or for worse. So,
Yep,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and so it's so much fun to hear people that are high and futuristic because the thoughts that they have, gosh, I just get amazed by it.
Same, same. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely why I'm pouring up my cup of coffee or cup of tea and just like, just go. Just go. I just want to sit back and listen. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what would you say do you see as people that in the workplace that have high futuristic? What are some of your examples?
Well, much like Martin Luther King, so the visual that I offer is that Martin Luther King, I have a dream speech, that idea of offering this sense of hope. And as I was thinking through, I only know of one person I've worked with futuristic, of those who I know their top five. And when I was thinking about working with her, that hits the nail on the head. So um, I know whenever I had felt stuck and when I was working with her on my team, she's definitely somebody who I would tap into. And she was always able to generate all these different possibilities. And it was really cool to see her like almost physically transform over the video screen. And she just gets so, like maybe it's like 8:30 in the morning and she's not really a morning person. You ask her like, well, what are your thoughts on fill in the blank? And she would just come alive. It was really cool.
Mhm.
How about for you?
Yeah, I see it a lot in leadership
Mm-hmm.
for sure, where they're able to just paint this vision of where we're heading as a company or as an organization, and the things to be thinking about and looking forward to. But I say that a little bit with caution because you don't have to be a leader in the organization to be able to have futuristic. So the other thing I guess I would say is in meetings, just those people that have just this vision of what things could be. Like we know where we're at today, and they're just really good at saying, wow, look at all the possibilities and look at the things that we could do. And here's something. And they're able to, just say it in such an articulate way and give you the just a clear vision of what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually having a memory moment of the human that I'm talking about. Our team had already created some of the training materials that we were gonna use, and she was a little later hired, so like the project had already got up and running, but she also needed the portion for what she was going to do with her responsibilities, and she took what was already created and added. The best way I can describe it now is adding her futuristic touch on it, and it. No offense to the humans who made the first product. It's just that they didn't have futuristic think high clearly because she set it apart and it was dynamic and it just had this energy around it. And sure enough, like my portion of it in the team, I was able to use what she created and it really did makes such a big difference, because it had that sense of hopefulness and like, here are the possibilities, rather than you know, not having that. So it really was an added benefit for sure.
Yeah, I love it. So then when you're thinking about ways for people high and futuristic to raise their hand and to say, ooh, let me be a part of that project, what comes to mind for you?
Right. So again, I appreciate that you offer up that it could be anyone on the team, whether you hold an official leadership role or not, uh, to be a part of those brainstorming possible avenues or approaches to a new project, or even a current initiative. So just your perspective, if you have futuristic theme high, really appreciate how you bring in a perspective that many of us, as Chris and I offered up, we're kind of in the here and now, many of us, and what a gift that you bring to these moments of like, hey y'all, like, did you notice this over here? And most likely we didn't. So please offer your brilliance. How about you, Kristin?
I see it, as you know, I'm typically a little bit more tactical. So my examples are, but is in planning meetings
Mm-hmm.
or goal setting meetings, to really be thinking and bring to light, like you said, some of the things that we probably didn't see, and really be thinking about more in the future and what could be, so that we can bring that into that planning phase. And then I was also thinking, if you could get involved in new product development, possibly, where you see where trends are going, and all of these different things, and you're the one saying, "What if?" Because here's what I see, and wouldn't this be really cool?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So the reason why Cara and I do this every week is we want you to be able to raise your hand and do what you love to do based on your talents. So if you're high and futuristic and have any questions for us, please reach out. We'd be glad to talk, because we can talk all things strengths all day long.
Absolutely, yes. It is a passion of ours for sure. Yeah, yeah. We're just
Great.
excited for your journey. So let us know how we can help you.
All right. Thanks, Cara.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.